back to my channel. Just thought I'd do something a bit different to try this, to review the racing from the weekend, going through a few performances that I thought were very impressive, a couple of disappointing ones, and best value performances of runners. I just wanted to see how it would go. I'm looking at doing this every week, but let's get into it and find some horses to follow and look through the racing from the weekend. The next best performance goes to Ghaanati, who was trained by Peter and Paul Snowden and was ridden by Damien Oliver, the 2-year-old filly, in the 2-year-old race of the day. First race starting down the straight. Don't always see horses do this, but, you know, Damien Oliver was camped right behind Juice, who I thought was a very good chance in the race. Peeled off her back at the 400-metre mark and absolutely gave this field an absolute toweling. You know, Damien Oliver was hands and heels. Well, yeah, definitely hands and heels for most of the way. I only think he gave her a crack with the whip probably once, maybe twice. And she put a good space on them and won by a very good margin. The other best performed runner of the racing on Saturday goes to Passive Aggressive, now 3 from 3, and it was a very tough, strong win down the straight because had horses all around him at the 200 metres and bolted away. Geordie Childs, I think, only had to use the whip once or twice and was just hands and heels over the concluding stage. And Dragonstone and Squid Game did run on, but he was very soft at the finish, and I think that he is 100% a Group 1 horse. I am not being bold in saying that. I think can progress on and just build through his grades, but eventually win a Group 1. Now, the first best value performance of the weekend, I thought, was Bartholomeu DS. Now, I did have this horse in my numbers on Saturday, but I didn't have him in my strategy, and I don't know why, because he was up to the 1800, and he showed a very good turn of foot here, and he bounded clear late. And at $18, I think he was paying stupid odds, and I did actually back him each way, and it was just such a good win. And I think he's definitely one to follow. He's not the most trustworthy of horses, but I think off what he showed there, 16 to 1800 is one to follow. And this is my second best value performance of the weekend, in my opinion, and it looks like Elvis. He was absolutely bolting on the turn and was slightly held up. He had Harbour Views in front of him and Mongolia marched to his side. But he went back to the inside, found a run, and Linda Meath just drove him through. And from where he was to where he ended up being last to first winner, as Matthew Hill said in the call, I think he did an amazing effort here, and he is definitely one of the best value performances of the weekend. This is the most disappointing runner of the weekend in Wicklow. I thought that his run was slightly disappointing considering that he was the favourite and clear-cut favourite to win the race, and he was back and wide and really never had a hope from where he was, though he was given a chance. The jockey got him in the opening clear air, but just didn't run on. The veterinary inspection after the race that I found out in the steward's report he'd pulled up with an issue. So, can be slightly forgiving of it, but I don't think he's going to start as short as he did on Saturday again, anytime soon. Though it was his first time racing in Australia, in a long time. So, you can be forgiving of the run, but he was the disappointing runner of the weekend. This is my unlucky runner / horse to follow, and it is Americain Angel, because off the run that she had yesterday, she was so wide, came powering down the outside and had the magic of Jamie Carr on her side. And look, to get as close as she did to the winner was a very impressive performance, and I think that she should be winning her next start. Probably slightly further, but she'll be winning. This is the run of Per Anyway, who is one of my horses to follow here. I think that it's a very good horse. He showed his class on the weekend, and look, he was just slightly held up rounding the turn, but he was a grinding horse, grinded the winner down to eventually blouse him late, but it was a very good, strong, tough win, and I think that this horse can go on with it and is a very good horse. This is another one of the horses to follow from the weekend, and it is Welinga Rufio. Was very good, read up on speed by the jockey, and just kicked away and put a mammoth margin on them late. Is now 2 from 2, and is a very, very exciting horse. And look, he won very well. I think he can go on with it, and I think he's stakes class, put it like that. Thank you for watching the first episode of the Racing Review. I'll be back next week to review the racing throughout the country next Saturday.